everyone! This is Sarah from Sarah's Snowstorm Beauty Tutorials, and if you're new here, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a like and a comment. I'm going to be starting off with a human haired wig from Wish app. It was very cheap and it was 18 inches. I will link the wig down below along with the seller's page. In my previous video I did a money piece balayage. I'll link that as well. I ended up doing the lazy way of pre-lightening wigs. I did a bleach bath. I didn't measure it out or anything. I just used my light master with 40 volume and enough water to dunk the wig in. And the more water you use, the more it will dilute it, so the longer it will take. But you can do other things while this is happening. Make sure to check it every 15 minutes because you don't want the hair to actually fall off the wig. And that's at least every 15 minutes. You might want to check it more. The reason why that this wig has to be pre-lightened is because it needs to be a little bit more vibrant on the hair, even though we're using darker colors. And this is a couple hours later and it still obviously needs to be done again. I'm just going to rinse it out and then do it again the next day. But if you end up using more bleach, it will be much faster. Here's how it air dried over the shower. Obviously, we need to straighten that out. For the root color, I'm going to be using Arctic Fox Ritual. It's a burgundy brown color and it's just gorgeous for a root color. And for the green, we are using Phantom Green, which is a dark forest green, like a Christmas tree. And for the red, we are using Wrath, which is a very vibrant red, like a poinsettia flower. And here's our colors. Okay, now I'm starting out with this sectioning. It's thinner at the top and thicker at the sides. All the hair in this section will be green. I didn't want it to go all the way into the back of the hair because I just want it to be the emphasis color. And you'll see in those top two sections that I have up there, I'll blend in and weave in some other colors. This sectioning is off center on purpose because that's where I'm going to part my hair. And I will be using foils because I don't want to oversaturate the lace with green because you could end up staining the lace green and I don't want that to happen. So I'm carefully applying it in the smallest sections ever and just folding that away. And you'll see me unfold it the other way just to check it on the other side. Since this color line is so thick, you'll want to check the other side as well. And this is the easiest way to do it. I'm still getting the roots and everywhere in between the foils as well. This way it's just easier not to oversaturate the roots, especially since we are using a lace front wig. Make sure to continue just like that on this whole section of hair. And when you're done with that part, this is what it should look like, or something like that. And next I'm going to take the Ritual color and I'm going to paint the roots where I'm going to be applying my foils as I go. And I'm taking down some hair, just a little bit of hair, and then applying the roots. And I'm going to weave a little bit and put a foil here. I'm going to take the Wrath color, which is the brighter red, and I'm going to be putting that down a little bit in the middle, and then I'm going to be taking my green, and then I'm going to make a V at the bottom. I'm going to leave some space to put the red back into it. I want to blend these colors really well, but I don't want to blend it over a huge surface area because these two colors cancel each other out because they're red and green, so they're the opposite colors on the color wheel, and that will make brown. So I do want to blend it, but I don't want to blend it too far of a surface area. And I'm going to put a foil on top of that and fold that away. All this weaving will create a more beautiful blend for the red to veil over the green more beautifully. Next, I'm going to take that hair that's underneath our weave and I'm going to put a foil down. And then I'm going to bring down that ritual color down further. And then I'm going to clip the foil on so that I can tease where that ritual is a little bit. That will create a natural gradient. And because the ritual color is already like a burgundy/brown color, I'm going to apply the green directly underneath it, and then I'm going to feather it up right up into that color. And I'm taking some more hair down, and then I'm going to weave that as well and apply the root color, that burgundy color. And as we get further back on the head, I definitely want to make sure that this is teased, so I'm going to do a little bit of a tease there, and I'm going to apply my V. The hair that's directly underneath this last foil that we did, we're going to do the brighter red, which is Wrath, because we want to create a nice background for the red colors that we're going to do for the rest of the hair. You can use gloves if you want to, but I never do. The color may stay in your hands, but it usually comes off eventually. This color line doesn't contain any chemicals like ammonia or hydrogen peroxide. And here I am sectioning the rest of the hair into 2 sections, and I'm going to just apply that burgundy root color all over the roots. And I know what you're probably thinking, that the seams are sewn so wonky, but it doesn't really matter because it looks good when it's all down. Okay, and here's the back 2 sections. I've already done the left back section, and I'll show you how to do it on the right section. You want to do both the same way. Here I am taking 3 smaller sections, and I'm going to bring that burgundy color down in the center a little bit, halfway about, and then I'm going to take the 2 outer corners and I'm going to do those all the Wrath color, which is the brighter red, and I'm painting that all the way down, and then I will join them together to create my V, and I will put that Wrath color on the ends. You'll see that my sectioning is always at a diagonal, and the higher point is near the face. That creates a better line for these V's. When it falls down, it will look so much more natural. I love the depth that this burgundy color is creating with this brighter red color. I think it looks magically beautiful. And you'll see me stretch it back down so it lays right. And then I will take my next diagonal section out of this section. I'm going to do another V directly on top of that for some extra depth. And again, I'm going to split it in 3 sections, smaller sections, and then I'm going to bring down that burgundy color halfway, and then I'm going to melt in the brighter red color in the sides and at the ends. On this next smaller section that I'm going to let down in a diagonal, I'm going to do this whole amount of hair the brighter red. And you'll see that I still do it in small sections because this color line really needs to saturate properly. Arctic Fox hair color line is so shiny when you get done with this though, it's so worth it. And on this next diagonal section, I'm actually going to do the front little section there, red, and then I'm going to do a V directly behind it. All that brighter red will look good as a background for this one last V. You'll see me do one more V here, and then the whole rest of the hair I'll do in sections, and I'll only be using that brighter red. With this color line, you'll want to let it process for at least an hour. It's a very different color line than other ones. It doesn't have harsh chemicals. You can leave it on. I would check the facts on the website, but I've heard of people leaving it on for hours. I'll make sure to leave a link to my previous video where I show how to install human-haired wigs.